Okay, so because our new light ceiling fan light kit and on the ceiling fan is all going to be controlled in a different fashion, we never ever have to use a black wire again. I'm still careful with these wires, even though I know that that power is off because I've got the light switch off. All of these are off, okay? But I still get leery every once in a while in case I forget to turn off the light switch or something. Okay? And on my wires up here, I can use the yellow wire nut because I twizzled the end of that black and white wire initially. Look up here. See the black wire? See how I just did a little end like that? That mimics having two wires up there so my yellow wire nut will fit. See, I did the same thing to that white wire. It's kind of hard to see because I've got the white wire twisted sideways. And I never did anything for the red wire initially. Okay, so now I can use my yellow wire nut to put on that black wire, right? If I didn't do that, I couldn't use my yellow wire nut. I'd have to go and get a brand new orange wire nut. I have some orange wire nuts too, by the way, but I'm not using my new wire nuts. I don't like using my orange wire nuts if I don't have to until I need them. Okay? Then I run out. Then I have to go back to the store. So I can use my old wire nut, the yellow. Look at that. It's on there nice and tight. Well, it's still twisting because I'm still twisting it up there. There it is. That is tight. I can push that up. And for kicks, if you're really concerned about it, you can put some electrical tape on there. Okay? Because I'm not going to use this. In fact, you can put electrical tape over your other wire nuts if you want. If you're ever afraid of them getting ready to pull off. And see, once you have tape on there, in order to wrap it, you kind of stretch your tape before you wrap. Okay, so I got it over there. Before I just wrap this over there, I'm going to stretch it, wrap. Okay? Before I get here, I'm going to hold on to it, stretch it a little bit, and wrap. That's kind of how you're supposed to do it. I mean, yeah, you can do it the other way too, like how I'm doing it. You can do that too. But you want to get it on there nice and tight, get it on there, pull and wrap. Like that, okay? That is never going to come off, is it? And you can do that if you have electrical tape. If you don't have any electrical tape, it's okay. If you feel like your wire nut is on there nice and snug as a bug in a rug, I'm just going to rearrange these wires so I know that I can push this all the way up in there. Okay, I'm just going to say goodbye to this wire, and I don't have to use it forevermore. Okay, goodbye. Now I've got just the wires coming out of here for later. Okay, it's my first step on this ground wire. I'm just gonna kind of straighten it out. So I like to get it nice and straight in case I need to reroute it and stuff. Just get it coming out of there straight. Okay. I don't like to cut them any shorter than they are. In fact, they're already short, especially this white wire, and that's why I'm not gonna cut the end off. I'm going to try to take the end with my pliers and rebend it if I can. Because if I cut that off, that's an extra ½ an inch, 3/8 of an inch of wire that I don't have, that I might need depending how I re-angle all these wires and stuff. And pretty soon you get all your stuff kind of short in your box. Okay, there. And I'll have to strip this red wire In fact, I can do that now. I could do that later too. Whatever. I've got maybe a 1/2 inch on the white wire strip, so I can strip this one about the same. And I like to try to catch my overage, just so I can not have to find it later. Okay. So that's all I'm doing for right now. I understand what's happening with our wires. I know that I've got to go up in here for my mounting bracket. I may have to find some screws for the mounting bracket, but I'll wait and see. And the sheetrock is kind of pooched up right in here. And it wouldn't have mattered had I put a light fixture up there, but it's going to matter for my ceiling fan housing that goes up in here. Okay, want that all nice and flat. And I may have to shine my my phone up in here. I want to see. Okay, that's on the very end. That's on the very end there, and it's close up here for the mounting screws. And so I'm just going to take a felt tip pin just so I can remember, because I'm going to end up measuring that from there to there and see how far that is. And I might be able to use the same holes and stuff. I may have to put bigger screws up there because this is a plastic box, but it's a heavy duty plastic box. Okay, and there's wood. Oh, I see what they did there, said the blind man. There's a piece of wood that goes across here, right above that. This is a small, thin pancake box. Good grief. And there's wood up in there, and this goes up into wood backing. And the 2x4 stops right here, and it goes this way. And then there's this plastic insert that kind of fits up higher. I've seen boxes like that at the store. And that's just what they decided to do up here. So I know any kind of mounting screw that I've got is going to go up into wood, not into plastic. And that's how they did the ones downstairs too. I was wondering why those screws were hard going up downstairs, and I wasn't quite sure of that. And if you watched that last video of where I installed, that last video series where I installed that ceiling fan downstairs, you would have seen that I had to pre-drill out those holes a little bit bigger for the long mounting screws that I had. I didn't need those big old whopping screws now. Now that I see how they did this one, I know that's how they did the one downstairs. Okay, so on my mounting screws, as long as I got some decent drywall screws, I could probably use 1 5/8" up there. I don't think I want to use 1 1/2", but or my 1 1/4". I'll probably use 1 5/8", or I'll find something that I'll feel really comfortable knowing that the ceiling fan's not going to fall down, and it shouldn't anyways. Depending, no matter what I put up there, because this is it's not a very big ceiling fan. I know it's not really going to be that heavy. I don't even know if it says. There might even be an area where it says how heavy it is, but it's probably less than 10 pounds total. So I'm going to be fine with it, okay? Okay, so my next thing is I'm going to have to open up this box, and I'll separate the parts, read the directions, and all that kind of stuff. This is what I do on all ceiling fans. I don't just He-Man it up there and think, oh, I don't have to read the directions. I've already installed 50 of these in my life. Well, like I say, every one is slightly different. So if you don't do it step by step, you may get 3/4 of it installed and find out, oh, okay, I should have read the directions, because now I have to pull it all apart, spend another half hour on taking things apart, putting them back together, because I didn't do it in the right sequence, okay? So read those directions and follow it step by step, and you'll be able to do it, Nice and easy. Now speaking of the mounting screws, remember that light was installed with these mounting screws right here. Okay, I might be able to reuse the same, I mean, I'm not going to use these same mounting screws. I'm going to save these, like I said, because these are the gold ones, and I don't generally buy these at the store. I usually get the black ones. And see, when I measure this, it's almost 1.5 inches. It could be considered 1 5/8 inches, and the tip just is slightly off or something. But that's probably 1 5/8 inches. And so I know I want to at least use 1 5/8 inches. I might even I've got 1 1/4 inches, 1 5/8 inches, 2 inch, 2.5, 3 inch of the black drywall screws, the coarse threads. Okay, you don't want to use the fine threads in there because it's not going to hold as easily. Okay, and so I'll look and make a determination. I might use the 2 inch drywall screws, but I'll do a dry run and see what to use on there. But the most important thing is make sure you've got your housing bits mounted up there properly and secure. Lots of times they don't give you the mounting screws on here. I don't know why that is, but it's probably because different light fixtures have different mounting brackets and assemblies, and usually, at least the ones I've ever seen, tell you to use the mounting screws that came with whatever light fixture box you already have up there, or use your own. Okay, so make sure you get something to secure that box.